You might be behaving sympathetically when you should be empathetic, and you might be behaving empathetically when you should be sympathetic. So let's first define empathy. Empathy is defined as the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. So, in other words, you actually feel what this other person is feeling. If somebody is going through a breakup and it sounds similar to your breakup, then you can empathize with them because you know exactly what they're going through. And in fact, because you've been through it and because you've healed from it, say it was 2 or 3 years ago, you can actually help this person out a lot with empathy because you can share your experiences with it and it makes them not feel so alone or so afraid. Now, on the contrary, if some culture on the other side of the planet is suffering and you're being told by society that you need to empathize with them, that's not accurate because you can't empathize with them. You don't know what that feels like. This sounds cold, but unfortunately, it's the truth. And it's interesting that since 1990, the use of the word empathy has skyrocketed. More and more of us are being introduced to the idea that we need to feel empathy. We have to be empathetic. We have to empathize with people. And it's not wrong to empathize with people, but if we empathize with people who are in a situation in life that we have never felt, then it's really bad for us. Now, this doesn't mean that we can't sympathize. And to define sympathy, feelings of pity and sorrow for someone else's misfortune. So in defining sympathy, we can see it's different from empathy. You feel pity and sorrow for somebody else's misfortune. And if you're being empathetic, you're using empathy, you actually feel what the other person is feeling. Now you can see how this can be a bit of a trap and a bit of a problem for modern culture, because with this, we can feel the pain of everybody on the planet. Well, it's important to feel for people and to be caring and to love and be positive and optimistic. It is detrimental to the self to force yourself to deeply feel what the entire planet is feeling, the pain that the entire planet is feeling today. Examples of sympathy can be, say you're a little younger and you haven't experienced death and you feel weird going to a funeral because you don't know what these people feel like you don't know what to say to them. That is sympathy, right? You're going to a funeral, you've never experienced anybody in your life dying, and you say, I'm sorry for your loss, and you want to hug them and talk about the person that they lost. That is being sympathetic. To force yourself to be empathetic would make no sense because you don't understand, you don't know what it feels like for somebody to die. Now for myself, I've lost a lot of people over the past 5 years. My niece, my dad, my aunt, and 2 uncles have died in 5 years. Now when someone else around me loses somebody that means a lot to them, I can empathize with them and I can give them a different kind of energy and a different conversation altogether based on my experience of the exact same thing that they're going through right now. So the rule to follow for yourself and to get into your head is that there is a difference between sympathy and empathy. Again, reverting back to those charts, the use of sympathy has drastically declined and it's been replaced with empathy. But I don't feel that should be the case. I think both modalities of communicating with people and sharing experiences and feelings with people are important, and there's a perfect use case scenario for each one. If you've been through the thing that somebody else is experiencing, then be empathetic, be patient with them, be loving with them, have conversations with them based on your own experiences. If you've never experienced the thing that this other person is going through, then be sympathetic, still be patient, still be open. Ask them questions to understand how they're feeling about it. But don't for 1 minute think that you have to empathize with somebody over something that you've never been through yourself, because it's going to take your energy and it's not actually going to help them because your perspective on the situation is skewed based on lack of personal experience. We aren't built to feel the pain of the entire world. And now it's really easy to feel that pain, especially because the use of the word sympathy has declined, the use of the word empathy has increased. In literature and books, things that we read, and that spreads through to media and podcasts and videos. Because the word that we're being force-fed now is empathy, we misconstrue it and we forget to think about our own needs and our own energy levels and taking care of ourselves. There's lots of pain in the world. There's lots of personal pain that you're experiencing every day. If you've gone through something that I've been through, I empathize with you. If you're going through something that I have no understanding of, I sympathize with you, and I hope things get better. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing. On this channel, I talk about mindset, business, and philosophy. And take care.